What is going on, everybody? Welcome to tonight's Mystery Knife giveaway live event. Tonight's event is sponsored by Blade Binge. Sponsored by Blade Binge. If you're here, knives are your thing. If knives are your thing, you've got to join bladebinge.com. Bladebinge.com is where knife enthusiasts go to buy, sell, and trade on the secondary market. Fully protected on every deal. No forms, no scams, no guesswork. Just simple and safe transactions between knife lovers who are always on the hunt. Only interested in buying something new? Slide over to thebladebinge.com. We're talking 5,000 plus new blades from all the top brands, plus their exclusive dark mode collab knives you won't find anywhere else. These knives are super limited and sell out almost immediately. If you're in need of a good user for an excellent price, or you're searching for that next grail, check out Blade Binge first. They truly are the knife enthusiast marketplace, built by knife people, for knife people. Bald eagle roar is what he wrote there. Okay, so here's the deal. Here's why I said that. Blade Binge agreed to just give me knives to give away. I was like, oh, absolutely. Like, your secondary market stuff. So I've always said no sponsors, and the reason is because I don't want to create a bias with certain, brands or whatever. But they provide a secondary market service, and they're like, we'll give you dark mode knives to give away. And I was like, oh, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. So, in addition to tonight's mystery pouches, somebody gets an automaton, dark mode automaton, titanium, and I believe S90V. Yeah, actually a super sick knife. So this was an obvious W for everybody. And that is literally it. It's just a small ad read at the beginning of the live stream. And I thought, sure. Also, everybody loves Blade Binge. Everybody loves them already. So, perfect. I'll say yes to sponsorships like that. No problem. So, that'll be it. At the beginning of every live stream. Just quick ad. And by the way, there's the links for Blade Binge are in the description, as well as discount codes for their shop side. I think it's 10% off. So there are, of course, links there. Check those out. But the benefit is live stream stays exactly the same. We just get an extra knife to give away, which is pretty awesome. It's wild tonight's going to be your first win, huh? Awesome. I really like the people behind Blade Binge. The gentleman that I speak with on a regular basis is just a really cool guy. So I had no problem with that. How did I do on that ad read? Was that pretty good? Did it flow naturally? I used to work in radio, so. How to enter? Here are the instructions right here. Sounded like an ad? Good. Perfect. That's what I was going for. The stream started a few seconds after? No, I bet if you roll that thing back, because I drug out the intro before I read that, so I bet you just popped in, and I was already in the middle of it. But if you go back to the beginning, if you really want to hear that ad again, ad read 10 out of 10. I'm sold. Nice. What's up, Paul Monco? Hey, thanks for those memberships, Bradford Mitchell. Appreciate that. So tonight we'll do 3 winners. First winner gets to pick 2 pouches. I put some more premium. Nobody drew anything premium for the first round, so I put a couple more premium knives in there. So we'll do 2 winners. Each winner gets to pick 2 pouches. You keep whatever's in there, and then we will do a third drawing for the automaton. You don't want to miss that one. Those are pretty freaking expensive. How much is the automaton? It's got to be over $300, over $350. Well, they wouldn't let me belch into the mic at the radio station, obviously. But when you run your own channel, turns out you can kind of do, not completely, but you can kind of do it. Yeah, I'm not going to get demonetized for burping into the mic. Do I have any Sabenzas? No, I don't own a Sabenza. I do own an Umnumzon, though. Any bulk airport knives on the table? No. So let me tell you something funny about that. That video, like number one, that video is doing really well on YouTube. But I also uploaded a little short and 5 parts. You'll get to see part 2 tomorrow, but this will be a 5-part series of me going through all 23 pounds of those knives. There are seriously like 80 to 100 knives, so it needed to be broken up. There are way too many knives to do in one video. That first video did so well, and you guys loved it. You thought it was fun. I said a bunch of stupid stuff, didn't know what certain things were. People like watching me go through junk. It also went, a short version of it went viral on TikTok. It has like 350,000 views. It's also picking up on YouTube Shorts. It turns out people really like to watch other people go through junk knives. A lot of people assume that I bought the box so that I could see if I could find a gem. An interesting element, not really concerned with that at all. I'm doing it purely because it's funny to go through all the junk that the average person carries. I just think it's fun. So if this series ends up doing well, I will actually buy another box and we'll make it a regular thing. We might do, and I'll spread it out enough so it doesn't get boring. I might do once a week or once every 2 weeks, me going through TSA confiscated crap. 19 months. Kenman. Thank you very much, Spaghetti Wizard. Honestly, the next tier should be a wizard, right? Like the final tier should be some sort of spaghetti wizard icon. Goku, thanks for your donation. Got my Max Ace from you, by the way. Haven't unboxed it yet for the channel. Thoughts on Concept, Vivid, and DLC in Purple Haze? I'll have to check that one out. I haven't seen it yet. Crossbar locking 1. Trading my Arcane Abyss for it on Blade Bench, ironically. Concept Vivid. Hold on. Ooh, yep, I remember that. Yeah, it's actually a super sick knife. And their shiny DLC is actually amazing. Yeah, you'll like that. Noble Reviews sent 5 memberships. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Just joined. I'm gonna. Oh crap! I forgot to put my Patreon thing up. So tonight's a good night to join on Patreon if you want to, because right now is my monthly Patreon exclusive giveaway. So tonight's giveaway on the live stream, like where you are right now, this is free. But if you want to join Patreon, I have 3 giveaways up on Patreon. If you join the $1 tier, you gain access to one of those giveaways. If you join the $3 tier or higher, you've got access to 2 of those giveaways. If you join the $5 tier or higher, you gain access to all 3. All 3 are premium knives. I'll tell you right now, the $5 tier giveaway is the new $400 Benchmade bug out. But I do this every month, and it's pretty cool. Lots of stuff. A little better odds there, obviously, because there's less people entering. You also gain access to the knife sales, gain access to private Discord, once a week exclusive content, updates, things like that. Quite a bit, even if you just join the $1 tier. You can click the link at the top of chat for Patreon if you want to. All right, let's get to it. Let's get to it. It's time. So excited. So excited to be here. Always excited. So you guys are going to hear about it on the Knife Guy. I am ditching the new review process, and here's why. You might be thinking, after just 2? Nah, I did 12 of those. You're going to see that style of review for the next 2 weeks. There's 10 more you haven't seen. I sat down to do a review on and honestly, it was kind of up and down. There's parts of it that I enjoy, but it is so much more work on my end, and I'm so brain scrambled because I've been doing my reviews non-structured for so long. Structuring it really messes with my head, and I'm over editing. I'm going back and I'm like, oh, I don't like the flow. I don't like how this transitioned into this. It just drives me nuts. And ultimately I realized I'm not enjoying this. This thing that I do for a job that I love. My hobby is my job. Reviewing knives like this just makes it a job. It's not fun. And when I'm not having fun, it's going to bleed into the content. A lot of you guys watch my channel, not necessarily because I'm the smartest guy in the world. You watch it because you can tell I'm having fun with it. And if I'm not having fun, it's going to make people not want to watch. So, I'm going to go ahead and upload those 10 videos, because that's a lot of work to redo. And we'll just chalk it up to a weird chapter in the Metal Complex, history. The journey. After that, we're going back to the regular style of reviews. Yeah, it's in the description how to enter. Dragon princess, behold, behold. I think that's gonna. It was one of those things that just kind of popped into my head, and like obviously I had already handled it. Like that was the short that I made after I had finished filming all 5 parts. But when I originally did find that, which is in part 3, it'll make you laugh. When I found that thing, I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. I honestly thought that I would just find a bunch of like generic, and like the vast majority of what's going to be in those boxes is going to be pretty generic stuff. We're going to see a lot of repeats. But it's not even that I'm hunting for something valuable. I'm hunting for amazing pieces of garbage. I'm hunting for unique pieces of garbage. It is the most ironic treasure hunt. And I think that's what makes it fun. You know? I found an actual switchblade in part 2. I found an actual, like a legitimate automatic knife in part 2. It wasn't even the biggest piece of elephant shit in the whole, like, it wasn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. Really kind of shocked by it. Yeah, the one with poop sauce and hair, that was really gross, man. So, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't actually start wearing gloves until after part 3. And part 4 is when I found the poop hair knife. So, truthfully, like, I found a lot of, like, kind of gross stuff. But, like, nothing horrid. Parts 4 and 5 were absolutely atrocious. Some of the stuff that was in there. That second bag was a nightmare. So gross. So, I did wear gloves for part 4 and part 5. I wore gloves. I found an evil compartment. I'm just going to save that. I found the forbidden compartment in, I think, part 5. It was so gross. Oh, man. Most likely just like grease or engine oil. Like that's probably what's on a lot of that stuff, you know, but who knows? Like who knows what kind of chemicals. Do you have the Giga Padre? No, I really do want one. Sergio did not send me one of those for free, understandably. I do not get stuff like that for free. Should probably get tested. I got all my shots. I love that you guys converse with each other. Like, it warms my heart to look at chat, and I realize, like, a lot of these people are just talking with each other. I appreciate that. It makes me happy. Who doesn't seem to respond? Me? I respond. Sometimes I get to talk, and I can't respond to all of you, if you're talking about me. It's a lot of knives. That's an addiction. Yeah, it is. You should see the rest of them. Wicked dreams. Oh my god, so listen, in the Kaiser video, I missed that the parakeet was a compression lock. And like most people were joking around, like, oh haha, he missed it. He found the other secret, but he didn't find a compression lock. And I was kind of joking around too. I was like, oh yeah, whoops, you know. Most people understand that number one, it's an unboxing. It's not a review. I don't know how upside down, backwards, how slow you gotta be to watch a video like that and be like, This is obviously a review. He is reviewing the product. The product has just exited the original packaging for the first time, and he is reviewing it. I don't know what kind of molten ass sauce you have to have for a brain to come to that conclusion. But some people do. So, okay, fine. But what's worse is when people know it's an unboxing and they freak out because I did, like, obviously it's dumb to miss it. But there was a couple people freaking out, like, how dare you? How dare you miss this? 5,000 uploads. If you mess up one time, I'm done. And it's like, whoa, the unboxings are casual. They're supposed to be casual. I'm just opening it up and like, oh, look at this. Then when I review it, that's when it's expected that I get all the... It's bad if I miss something like that in a review, which that has happened before. But it doesn't happen very often. It's pretty rare. Some of the people in that unboxing, I was like, whoa, calm down. Take the razor wire out of your asshole. Like, what happened today? What happened in your life that, like, this is a war crime? That's insane. And you call yourself a professional. I think sometimes, and we all do it, every now and then we all take ourselves a little bit too seriously. And sometimes, some of the comments I read, I'm like, you absolutely consider yourself a top tier human being. Like, you are spectating, but in a position of absolute authority in your own mind. That's how some of those comments read. And I'm just like, oh my God, just chill out. Have some Advil and a freaking bowl of oatmeal and take a nap. Like, God. Everyone's the hero of their own movie, absolutely. Especially if their current position is on the phone keyboard, right? Especially if there's no accountability for their comment. Eat a Snickers. Eat a Snickers as a suppository. I don't care. Just, like, calm down. Now, listen, if I reviewed the parakeet and I was like, this sucks, it's another button lock, I hate it, don't buy it. Well, yeah, obviously, because that video would have the word review in the title. Then there's a problem. But on a casual unboxing where I'm like, oh, guys, this object exists. That's basically what those are. And I also use those videos to learn things from my own audience. I love doing the unboxings because if I miss stuff, people point it out. Like, that's kind of the synergy. That's the relationship I have with my viewers. But most of you get that. Some people are like, he didn't see this. Some people in there are apparently like, the parakeets starred in their favorite show. It was like their teenage crush. Saved them from a burning building. And I had, like, done the utmost, like, I had dishonored it in the worst way possible. It's like, whoa. Like, it's not a personal attack. I just missed it. It was a dumb miss. Like, it definitely was. It was stupid for me not to have realized it, but I was like, whoa. The biggest know-it-alls in YouTube comments usually have 0 videos on their channel. It's that, or it's like, a lot of times, and like, listen, believe whatever you want, but a lot of times it's playlists of like wacky shit. You know, it's like a blurry video taken from outside of inside of a plane, like out the window, and they're like, it's like some object, or, you know, some idiot with like a Sharpie and a basketball and a lamp, and he's like, this proves the earth is flat. Like, they have that kind of stuff in their playlist. And then there's like a random, like, Call of Duty kill streak video and like some anime dance song. I'm like, okay, well, this person's a moron. Like, this person's entire diet consists of saran wrap. I'm not, why am I bothering with this? All right, I'm done venting. I'm done venting. My daughter my daughter took home, I think, 3 silver medals, 3 gold medals, and one. I think it was 3 silver, 3 gold, and she got best female wrestler. The award she got at the end was best female wrestler, 6 and under. So truthfully, like there were way more kids in other age groups, but it was still a pretty big deal. So she did really, really well. Yeah. She does not carry a knife because I can't trust my kids not to. Here's how I know my kids aren't ready for a pocket knife. Watch your kids do the dishes. Like, if you're like, part of my kids' chores is to do the dishes, load and unload. I constantly watch, and both of them, they pull knives out of the dishwasher and they hold them straight, blade up. And I have to tell them all the time, I'm like, what happens if you trip? What happens if you trip over your brother's foot and you fall on that knife? And I tell them, I'm like, well, it goes right into you. You can't do that. You need to carry it down. You need to carry it with the blade down. And the same way when you hand it off. If you're handing a knife to your brother, you got to hand it with the blade down and handle first. And they do that stuff all the time. I'm so worried about my kids falling down with knives, holding it straight up. You know? Knife scales, right side, middle. That's my newest Herman. Full titanium Damascus. Some of the most beautiful Damascus I've ever seen. Fully textured. Backspacer and pocket clip also. And then mirror polished zero etch Damasteel with a mirror edge. Absolutely stunning. And the best D10 I've ever felt on a Herman. God! Stacy Bolstered Blades member for 61 months. Oh my gosh, Stacy, I missed it. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. Jim Cox, thanks for your donation. The biggest know-it-alls. Oh, I read that one. What's up, MC? Hey, chat from Crazy Roach. Thank you very much. I got to get back to making sure I read. Listen, guys, I've gotten away from this, and this is my fault. I will read every single super chat. I'm sorry about that. I've gotten away from it. I'll get back to it. Henry G, thanks for your donation. Congrats to your daughter. Thank you. Sever7 said Stacy Bolster Blades for 61 months. That's amazing. I got to reach out to Stacy. I need to make a new icon just for Stacy. She's one of the only people that's been a member for that long. Adventure 50, member for a month. Thank you very much. NKD, I got a Demco 80 20 point. No. Got a Demco 80 20.5 and a Kaiser Cormorant. Nice. Cool. Yeah, Stacy, you have the ultimate helmet there. I got to make you a Spaghetti Wizard logo. I cannot get over how every time I look at your logo, Stacy, I see Frieza from Dragon Ball Z. I know it's like a falcon or an eagle, but like from a ways back, it looks exactly like Frieza. It looks exactly like Frieza. I've said that before, but it just makes me laugh. What's up? What's up? Can confirm resident self-proclaimed DVC lore expert. Yeah, I believe you. No, yeah, my bad. My bad, I should have read it that way. What's a perfect beater knife as an electrician? Well, as an electrician, wouldn't you want a knife with a rubber handle? Honestly, for an electrician, like a Maracniv, right? I mean, like a small fixed blade with a rubber, like a handle that's not going to conduct. Not that you're like, this is how I fix outlets, and you jam it into the outlet. But maybe, right? I don't know what blade shape, but like a Maracniv is like 15 to 20 bucks. I would think you'd want something that's not gonna, shock you. What's my opinions on Extreme Ratio knives? You know what? I forgot. Extreme Ratio actually reached out to me and asked if they could send me stuff. And it was really late at night, and I was like, oh, cool, I should get back with him. And then I forgot about it. So, actually, I should do that. Dendritic cobalt and a rubber handle. Okay, there you go. That's actually really good advice. So, does Terrain 365... So, to the electrician, Terrain 365 does Terravantium, which is dendritic cobalt. It's not actually steel. But I don't know if they make any fixed blades. If they made a fixed blade, like kind of like a not like a blank, not a blank, but like a knife where you can like wrap it in your own handle, that'd be cool. I was talking with my kids about because my kids love. It drives me nuts. Anybody who has, hold on one sec. Sever7, did you send your American Bladeworks knife in? No, I still need to do that. There's so many things I need to... I honestly, I just need to start writing this stuff down. Because I'm so bad about remembering, but I got to do that. Thank you for reminding me. Anybody who has the Google thing in their truck where you can say, hey, Google, and it... sorry, I just set off a whole bunch of devices. That's really funny, actually. Hey, Google! Let me know how many of your devices I set off. Alexa! Hey, Siri! I think that's funny. Okay, that's so lame. I'm getting old. I'm sorry. Your house went nuts? That's so funny. Okay, alright, I'm sorry. And anyways, the kids do that in... I'm sorry. I should have thought about that before I did that. Because some of the devices are still listening. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. The troubling thing is that these live streams usually get 6, 7, 8,000 views. So like everybody who watches this in the future is also going to be surprise attacked by that. But my kids do that in my truck all the time. And they were asking like when the next Mario movie's going to come out. And my son said, is there going to be a Smash Bros movie? And I got to talking with him, and I looked this, because I was like, oh yeah, it was so cool. Like, this is such a cool idea. I wonder if anybody else is talking about this. And I realized, I feel like it's probably inevitable that Nintendo would seek to capitalize the same way that Marvel did with the Marvel Universe. It seems logical to do multiple Mario movies, a Star Fox movie, a Legend of Zelda movie, a Metroid movie, maybe F-Zero, and do essentially the same thing that Marvel did with the Avengers. But instead of opening it into Avengers, they open it into Smash Bros. Now, that might be a little tricky to do, and obviously they couldn't do it with every single character. But eventually, I feel like that's what we're looking at over the next 10 to 15 years. And think about how many billions of dollars Nintendo would make doing that. A Star Fox movie would be so cool. Oh my god, I would lose my mind for a Star Fox movie. I know everybody wants Legend of Zelda and Metroid. We're almost certainly going to get but I want to see a Star Fox movie. What was that? I do have my new truck. Yes, it's everything that I wanted it to be. It's ridiculously powerful. It's super overkill. I don't need that much power. But it's awesome. I do not need 480 horsepower and 1,000 pound-feet of torque. But it is fun. It is really fun. Have your kids asked to go to Nintendo World yet? Yeah, they saw that commercial. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, guys, let us catch up. Like, I just bought a new vehicle. Like, just let me catch up. No. No, I bought it's a GMC 3/4 ton Duramax. No, the new diesels are very quiet. They don't smell. It's a little, like you got to deal with DEF, and you got to you got to make sure it's regenning properly, and there's a bunch of other little tiny things. But in Kansas, every other person I know drives a diesel. So I have been given every last teeny tiny little bit of advice from people who have driven nothing but diesels over the last 20 years, and the evolution and the change with the, you know, the exhaust fluid and all that stuff. Like, any question I could possibly have, I've got tons of people who can help me out with it. We've talked about this before. I don't think any of the major players make a bad diesel. The Cummins is amazing. The Duramax is amazing. The Power Stroke, obviously amazing. They're all great. These are all ridiculously overbuilt motors. So I'm not concerned at all with the motor. I'm concerned with the electronics over time. Sensors notoriously fail. So, but that's any new vehicle. White scale knife at the top is, I believe that's the GP Knives exclusive smock in Rex 45. Yeah, this is a really cool one. GP Knives, very underrated for their Spyderco exclusives. Watch out for those GP Knives exclusive. Every time they do one, they let me know, and I'll let you guys know. But that smock is super cool. I do like GM, and the main reason that I chose a GM, it's a GMC, is because I love the front end. The front end of the GMC 3/4 tons is the nastiest, most aggressive looking front end. It is so ridiculously menacing. Followed closely by Chevy's front end. The Chevy 3/4 ton front end also, they look like battle helmets. And then Ram probably after that, and then Ford, but they're all close together. Like, Ford makes a cool looking truck, and oh my gosh, the seats on the new Fords are amazing. They're so comfortable. And their Power Stroke makes 500 horsepower. It's awesome. I'm just not a Ford guy. I just don't like that front end as much. Toyota makes my brother drives a Tundra, a new Tundra, lifted. It's all maxed out, crazy, super cool truck. But I didn't want a turbo V6. I did not want that. GMC does not only make trucks. GMC makes SUVs. I know because the other vehicle we have is a GMC Yukon XL. I mean, okay, technically, but they make smaller SUVs as well. And they make a terrain also. We all get so sidetracked. We're so many of us are all into the exact same stuff. We can shift from Super Mario to Dragon Ball to diesel motors. So funny. I mean, it probably has something to do with the fact that my demographic is 98% males between the age of 25 and 50. That's the vast majority of my viewers. Now, I know some of you are a little older, a little younger, but when I look at my YouTube demographics, that's who you guys are and how old you are. So that's why we're all into that stuff. Big Cat 66 says, I love lamp. Some of us are into lamps, you know. I love lamp. You like cameras? I've never gotten into cameras, but the group chat I'm in on Instagram is always talking about cameras. Advanced Knife Bros in there, and some other channels. And Advanced Knife Bros really into that, and a couple other channels that they're like super into it, and I never know what the heck they're talking about. Was there a moth? It's too early in the year for mods. Am I gonna pre-order a Nintendo Switch 2? I'm gonna wait a little bit, and like I'm a little nervous. Aren't they? They're dropping at $450. Nintendo's trying to stockpile them in the USA, but they've only managed to stockpile like 350,000. They're gonna sell a lot more than 350,000, so it's gonna be a problem. I think even if I wanted to buy one early, it might be a little difficult to do. But if I wait, tariffs could bump that thing up to $600 or $700. You know. I also feel like we don't need a Switch 2. I have a ridiculously powerful PC. I have a PS5. We have a Switch. I've got a ROG Ally. I have that some kind of super crazy Game Boy that plays like every ROM that's ever existed. There's like 40,000 games. Like I've got enough video games. My kids have enough video games. I do want to play the new Mario Kart. It looks really cool, but I'm like, let's just wait. Let's just wait and see. I do really like pens. The Herman Epica is what I've been using down here. And I love you click it down and you push the pocket clip over. I'm not into fountain pens, but I do like these clicky, fidgety, like premium pens. The Herman Epica is pretty awesome. This is number 151. I've got 2 Epicas, actually. I also really like flashlights. Haven't bought any for a bit, but the Reaver Arm Citadel is definitely my favorite flashlight. These are pretty expensive, though, but man, God, these are so cool. I watched a video of them hitting this across their shop with a metal baseball bat, just smacking it all over the place. Totally fine. The watch today is the Seiko Marine Master 300, which I absolutely love. Very expensive watch. People hear Seiko and they think, multi-hundred. This is kind of in between our standard Prospects and King. Seiko, they're pretty expensive. Huge fan. Blessed to be here. Thanks very much, Lindsay Valcar. Hope I said your last name correctly. So I have a spring drive in the my Seiko LX, which is a ridiculously expensive watch. And I can attest that thing is so stupidly accurate. It makes my tutors seem a little lazy. The spring drive in that Seiko LX is ridiculous. That's my biggest watch, too. That thing is such a chunk. It's like wearing a king-size Reese's peanut butter cup on your wrist. Big Jim, did you win and then you left early? Were you one of the winners? I didn't say tutor. I said tutor. No bull. Dang it, Big Jim. Shoot me another email, Big Jim. Shoot me another. Did you send me an email? Did I talk with you? If I didn't, shoot me another email tonight. metalcomplex87@gmail.com. Just shoot me an email, buddy. I can find you something. If you have a lazy tutor, you mean like if you got one building and like a good tutor sounds like I'd say your tutor is in order. But if your tutor sounds like you gotta get that fixed. Get it right, get it tight. That's what I always say. If your tutor sounds like a broken down tugboat, I have a lot of questions for you, but mostly just concerns. Actually, no, I don't have any questions for you, just concerns. Eat less fiber will also help, yeah. Integral slip joint? I've never seen an integral slip joint. Get it right, get it tight. Go ahead, put that on a sticker. Eat less, more knives. That's, yeah, sure. I think I could definitely eat less. I did not have a great day dietary wise. I woke up and made myself 2 enormous egg sandwiches, fried the eggs, cooked the ham, melted the cheese on it, seasoned it, typical stuff, salt, garlic powder, stuff like that. I toasted the bread, put some butter on the bread, fried that in the pan, put the whole thing in the pan, made 2 of those. And then I had 2 more sandwiches throughout the day, just not good, like fully loaded sandwiches. Way too much food. Way too many carbs. Egg sandwiches or egg burrito. Yeah, I love making breakfast food. That's the only time I'll volunteer to cook, is if we're doing breakfast stuff. I love it. But you really got to be quick. If you're doing the full breakfast, if you're trying to do pancakes, eggs, sausage, bacon, hash browns, if you're trying to do that whole thing by yourself, you got to have your timing down right, especially if you're cooking for multiple people. Sometimes when the kids have sleepovers with their cousins, I'll try to wake up and do that for everybody, and man, you have to know exactly what order to do things in, or you're going to be serving some weird... It's a combination of burnt stuff and cold stuff. But I've got it down. I've got it figured out. I do too. You say I always underestimate how long hash browns take? 100%. It seems like something that should cook immediately, but they're like, no. You got to start those early. You got to have multiple burners, multiple pans, and you have to have one of those things that just, you plug it in and it's like the flat, the flat surface. You got to be able to do lots of different stuff. Try one more time and then stop. Do you have any American knives? So I know that that's actually a brand. You're not saying like USA made knives. I don't have any of that brand. A griddle, thank you. Yeah, a griddle. You got to have one of those. My brother-in-law uses a Blackstone grill. Like, he likes to do breakfast on his Blackstone outside. And that seems like the ultimate way to do it. It's got lots of surfaces. And then he sets up another... I think he probably sets up another table or something. What's going on? Kobe Bennett says, yo, MC, what's going on? You know what kinds of epoxies/resins used in making micartas? Thanks, brother. I would not know, but I can almost guarantee somebody here in chat does know. Oh, what's up? 750 people? There's a high, like, for it not being the giveaway. Yeah, that's a lot of people. And for April, this is dead zone for YouTube population. This is a dead period. So to have 750 people in here early, before I'm doing the giveaways on a live stream, I feel I'm flattered. You sent an email, Jim? I appreciate that. I noticed you're a channel member, and that's part of the reason why. Truthfully, I'll probably help out anybody, but I do appreciate you being a member, and I feel bad about you missing that giveaway. So I'll check it, and don't freak out if I don't email you back right away, because like once the kids come, like tonight after the live stream's over, I'm usually like immediately I've got to help out with the baby and get the kids to bed and all that. And I know like my kids are like begging to watch the second Venom movie. They watched Venom. I'm not sure if that movie was super appropriate for a 6-year-old and a 9-year-old, but they watched it and absolutely loved it. They're super into Spider-Man right now, and they're begging to watch Venom 2. You guys tell me. I know it's PG-13. Should they be watching Venom 2? No, it's okay. No. The damage is already done. My kids are like, Venom ate somebody's head, and I was like, oh, whoops. They've seen Lord of the Rings all the way through. My kids love Lord of the Rings. They've seen all the Lord of the Rings movies and all of the Hobbit movies. There's a couple of, like, violent beheadings, like that one scene at the beginning, like in Fellowship of the Ring where he cuts that guy's head off. My wife and I were like, "Oh crap, we forgot about that." They weren't afraid of anything. My daughter didn't say she had any nightmares or anything. They just really like Venom. They just think Venom is so interesting. And I remember being a kid and being into Spider-Man, and I was like, why is there a... I remember seeing the comic books, and I was like, why is there a giant, hulking black Spider-Man with teeth? Venom is an interesting character. Venom is one of the most interesting Marvel characters. So I get it. But anyways, they've been begging to watch that, so I gotta set that up. What about all the... I'm not gonna read that word. Mike W. What? In the movie? Do I need the monthly memberships to be signed up for the giveaways? No. Tonight's giveaway is free for everyone to enter. You literally don't even have to be subscribed to the channel. There's no tricks. Tonight's giveaway is free. And there's 3, because remember, Blade Binge sponsored the live stream, so I have a dark mode automaton to give away as well. But if you want to do the Patreon giveaways, there are 3 active Patreon giveaways. 1 for the $1 tier, 2 available for the $3 tier and up, and, well, $3 tier. If you're in the $3 tier, you get access to 2. If you're in the $5 tier and up, you get access to 3, and they're all premium knives. They're all, like, open entry right now. We draw for those on Friday next week. If you want to be in on those, yeah, you have to be a paying Patreon member. There's a link at the top of chat for Patreon. But for tonight's like live stream giveaway, no, it's free. Don't have to be paying for anything. If you're here, you can enter. You watch all my knife content, awesome stuff. Thank you, I appreciate that. Thanks for that donation. First time live chat attendee, long time subscriber. Thanks for being here, I appreciate it. I'm so sorry. I'm going to do my best to pronounce her name. Acacio Santana. I'm so sorry. I know I butchered that. Thank you for that insanely generous donation. I'm so over these knife drops. Today's FCFS ducks were gone in 4 seconds. It has to be scalpers using bots. People keep paying ridiculous markups on the secondary market. I don't get why makers keep doing things this way. I think there's a number of different reasons. They can range anywhere from just being at maximum capacity and trying to make it as fair as possible to malicious, like it's like controlled scarcity. And it is irritating, and people do use bots. But your complaint is the same complaint that people had 20 years ago. And unfortunately, there's just, like, if a product is in high demand and there's limited capacity for one reason or another, it simply is the way the wind blows. And it is irritating. I've missed many, many things. The only medicine, the only remedy for that is to remember, and this is one of those things, it's like parental advice that is just cringe and you don't want to hear it. The only remedy for it is to remember the knife world is so infinite. Any given day, you could find something so much more interesting than the thing that you're frustrated about. Give it a day, give it a week, you'll find something you want even more. And that thing that you missed, it'll only hold your attention for a little bit. And then it'll be another object. We all have the same sickness, we all have the same itch. You know, I do appreciate that donation, and I know it sounds like, you know, probably the answer I'm giving you is not the answer you want. I get it, it's irritating. We've all been there. But yeah, scalpers and bots are definitely a problem, I agree with you. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah, just keep trying. I mean, like, I tried to get a titanium scale for my XM24 for 8 years. And it wasn't until Hinder was finally like, we should make more of these, that I finally got one. And I still was lucky getting it. Overwhelming is absolutely a great word for the knife world in general. It's a weird, intricate web, and it's not easy to navigate. And we also have a lot of gatekeepers who don't like to one of the things that I try to do on this channel, and it's kind of a double-edged sword. Excuse the blade pun there. I don't like gatekeepers, and I don't like people who try to keep drops a secret, and I try to expose them so that people all have, people who might want in all have an equal chance. There's a lot of people who have the mentality that if you weren't in the know in the beginning, then you don't deserve to know about it, and I think that's bullshit. So I like to toss a flashbang into gatekeeping crowds, and I like to expose those drops so that everybody knows. The problem with that is that it exposes it to far more people, and it actually makes it even harder for any individual to get. So, am I doing a good thing? Depends on who you ask. I want to see RK from you at the 600,000 event, and I haven't had a chance to say thank you properly. So thank you, and I love it. Awesome. Awesome. That's so cool. Thanks for saying that. Thanks for coming back and letting people know. My giveaways are very real. You got gifted a membership? Well, somebody must have paid for it and sent it randomly in chat. So that's cool. Awesome. You'll have that for a month, and then if you want to renew it, you can pay for it, but you'll have it for a month for free. So that's awesome. If you're just popping in and you're wondering, did I miss the giveaway? You did not miss the giveaway. I'm just still yakking on about all sorts of stuff. Don't listen to chat. If people tell you they missed the giveaway, people do that because they want to increase their odds. You did not. I have not given anything away. MC, please check out Knonsense knives. Okay, I will. Thanks, Rory. Appreciate it. XM18 3.5 inch or 3 inch. The only way that I would suggest a 3 inch is if it's a non-flipper, and those are rare. Why Hinderer does not overproduce non-flipper 3 inch knives, I have no idea. There's not enough ergonomic room for the 3 inch with the flipper. It just doesn't work. The 3.5 inch is the way to go. Flipper or non-flipper. Non-flipper 3.5 inch is the perfect XM. Did you get an Excalibur holder? Thoughts? I did. I do have it. I haven't. That video's coming. It's coming. I want to showcase the 3.5 inch XM real quick for the person asking. That's the auto. Where's my good one? So this is my favorite Hinderer. This is a DLT exclusive non-flipper Fullard spear. I put the tie scale on it, but this is the best in terms of ease of manipulation and ergonomic lines and the size. This is the best. I don't care if you go with the skinny or the full size. This is the regular thickness, 165 thousandths. This is my favorite XM. Unbelievable action. Unbelievable. Way above average. It's much higher quality than people realize. If the last time you handled a Hinderer was 2015, you'd be shocked at how nice they are now. Was lucky enough to get in on one of your sales, received a Remet WD-107 today. Oh yeah, Blind with Fury. Yeah, I remember you. Yeah, awesome. Hey, I'm glad. You got a good deal on that. I do have a big knife sale campaign going on Patreon right now too, and everything is ridiculously discounted. Knives go fast. They're priced low enough that they do go really fast, but good chance to get something premium. The only knives I sell there are premium knives, and usually 30 to 50% off from retail, not MSRP. Which knife should a newbie look at when trying to get into higher end knives? You definitely need to, if you have already experienced the nicer end of the budget world, then you can move into, your Kaisers, your, like your, oops, sorry, there's an alarm going off. Your Kaisers, your USA Kershaws, your Hogue knives would definitely be good. Spyderco knives, stuff like that. And then if you want to get into higher end knives after, like, those are a lot of that stuff, and a lot of your premium Chinese brands, Like, I think Miguron is great if you're okay with Chinese stuff, because they offer like a great example of machining quality for the money. Wee Knives is good. They can get a little pricey. Bestech it can also be good. There's a lot of brands in there. I mean, like, if you go to my playlist and go to my top 5 and top 10 playlists, and I've got things sorted. So I've got like best knives by price in this category, you know, best budget knives, best American knives, stuff like that. Knives everybody should try at least once, etc., etc. Everybody tell MC happy birthday. It's not my birthday. My birthday is kind of coming up. The iPad is charged. Did I miss a donation? No? Okay. I'd get the Bodacious out, but it's buried 3 Pelican cases deep, and those things are heavy because they're full of knives. Somebody asking about, favorite knife with Damascus? Well, the best looking knife that utilizes Damascus in my collection is actually a Zerkatai knife, and it's an extremely rare Riot Jack 1.5 with Zerkatai. This is the best titanium Damascus I've ever seen. Watch me drop it. This is the most beautiful stuff I've ever seen. But it's Zerkatai, so kinda. Titanium Damascus with zirconium. Did I miss? I keep thinking I missed a donation. I don't want to miss these anymore. $7.20. God, we've been in here for an hour already? What happened to the time? I thought for sure we'd only been in here for 30 minutes. I guess I should know by the population. No, all the gravity knives are put away at the moment. The blue one on the bottom right is the Pariah. That's the Blade HQ exclusive Pariah with the like the comic book hand-painted Cerakote. Looks like a cartoon, but it's real. Cell shading. Yeah, cell shading. Borderlands. So a lot of people keep telling me that like that was copied from somebody else who did, and I want to point out like it's a style of art. So whoever did it first did it in the 60s. Like putting it on a knife, like, yeah, like somebody had the idea to put it on a knife, but like you can't say like they own the total rights to putting that art style on a knife. Like I thought that was kind of silly. There was somebody who did it before Blade HQ, whoever they hired to do it. But we can't sit here and say that like they're the only ones who can do it. People have really weird rules about what's considered copyright. Do I have any knives that I modified myself? Well, no, not really. I mean, I have knives that Noble Knives is Raybo 8 months. Thank you very much for that. And then Adam, I have knives that I have customized, like bought parts for, like the Shaman here with the RGT skinny scales. This is 15V, and it's got a modified clip. Like, yeah, I'll do builds and stuff like that. That one needs some oil. But I've never, like, made my own scales or done my own anodizing or anything. The round hole copyright thing is the dumbest thing ever. I think Spyderco, like, lays claim to circles, which I think is absolutely idiotic. We invented that shape. Like, before the universe was created, right? It's so dumb. Acacio Santana, again, please forgive me if I'm mispronouncing your name. Drops aside, what are the 3 best knives currently available at the budget, mid-range, and high-end levels? Okay, so for budget, if we're talking truly under $75, it's the Vosteed Raccoon or the Vosteed Porcupine. If we're talking mid-range, honestly, the Vosteed Akita is a really, really good option. Kaiser has a bunch of good options in the mid-range, and so does Kershaw. So that would be really hard to break down. As far as high-end stuff, I'm assuming you mean over $200. Kunwu, I think, has the $200 to $300 territory absolutely maxed out. I think if you are considering, and I know you're biased, you had them make your knife. That's why I had them make my knife, because of their capabilities and their willingness to work with different materials and heat treat things properly and get things sharpened properly. That's why. So it's not that I lean into them because they made my knife. I had them make my knife because they are the kings of that territory. 200 to 300 is Kunwu all the way. As far as a specific knife, it's really hard for me to say. Migron does an excellent job at about 200 to 250. Remet also does a really good job. But I mean, that's assuming that you're okay with Chinese stuff. If we're talking USA made stuff, and specifically in terms of heat treatment and performance, as much as they're overpriced nowadays, Spyderco takes the cake, hands down. If you are solely concerned with cutting performance and geometry and heat treat, Spyderco. If it has to be USA, Spyderco is so ahead of everybody. Their S30V will outperform 95% of what's in the production US knife market. I'd put money on that all day, and I know you guys know that too. Sorry for yelling. Spyderco is the king of folding knife performance in the US production knife market. I get it, Jack. Jack King off. Damn it, Jack! I get it. We all thought that way. They're so weird and they're so ugly. Buy one you're comfortable with, carry it and use it. Tell me what you think after a week. They're the weirdest looking knives out there, but they are so utility oriented. They are so specifically crafted for the human hand. They do so much of the work for you. So easy to manipulate. Such incredible knives. I love my Spyderco knives. Para 3 was one of the most carried knives ever on this channel. Prince Protean, Usler, Duck, Hypercut. There we go. He's talking about upper, even further above what I'm talking about. Once you get into the most complicated territory for production knives is 400 to 1,000. That's where you get the most varying opinions. I would take, for example, Herman over Shirogorov. I would take, a lot of people disagree with me, I would take Hinder over Chris Reeve. That's not going to be a popular opinion, but that's because of the Chris Reeve legacy. I'd take an Umnumzan over a 3-inch XM, though. A lot of people swear by the Sebenza. I find it very underwhelming, but it is a good tool. TRM is incredible. I should have pointed that out. For USA, also, if you're looking at Spyderco, you should also look at TRM. TRM is a great aesthetically pleasing alternative to Spyderco. If you want functionality, geometry, but you want more of a classic knife look, you better be looking at TRM. Atom or Neutron, specifically. Sebenzas don't suck. They just are so... They haven't evolved it. The Sebenza is like the Toyota 4Runner. It took them 400 years to change the freaking body style. But they'll last forever, and they're great. And they're not great for fuel economy, jeez. You got a 17 MPG V6? What's going on? What's going on? Does it have to be pulled by horses? Like, what? Why? God, that 4Runner from the past generation, it's like, god dang. Yeah, it'll go for 800,000 miles, but geez. It's a 4-liter V6, isn't it? I'm sorry. Let's get off the vehicle talk. I worked for a dealership for a long time, and I always found the 4Runner of that generation to be so confusing. They're awesome vehicles. I bet a bunch of people in here drive 4Runners that have been they've been driving them for 10 years or more. Guarantee it. So I tested the fuel economy on my diesel, and I was doing a regen. I have to do manual regens because I drive it around in town. So I can always tell when it needs to do a regen because I'll pull it into the garage and it smells like burning carbon. And I'll take it out on, it's like a small Kansas highway. There's not a lot of traffic, and the speed limit's like 60 or 65 or whatever. So I go 65 and I set it and I let it go for 10 minutes. And the MPG, I was really surprised, and maybe there's some ups and downs. I got 24.3 miles to the gallon in that Duramax. And I thought that was pretty impressive. Now, the problem is that diesel's super expensive, and I'm never driving like that. I'm driving start, stop. I'm also being a dickhead and slamming down on the pedal every now and then just because I like to feel that torque. But I'm telling you, my guess is that highway has a slight downward slope, and I got better than normal gas mileage. What I need to do is test it on the way back, because I turn around after 25 miles. I'm trying to drive it for like 45 minutes. But my guess is realistically it's getting 21, 22, maybe 23 max. But I was shocked to see it got 24.3. Slight decline is what I would guess. And there was no wind that day. Like, it was a slight decline and absolutely perfect. Perfect weather, no wind. It was perfect. Seems like a lot of work. Yeah. To own a diesel, it definitely is. It is. But I was ready for it. I was ready to be all about that diesel life. All my buddies drive diesel trucks, and they're like, "Yeah, you still driving that half ton?" And I was like, God dang it, I want to be cool. The peer pressure got to me. I drove my Toyota on the same engine over 350,000 miles. Kept up with the normal oil changes. Yeah, so any other vehicle, I mean, maybe Subaru, Honda, but any other vehicle, I would say, I don't know if I believe that, but Toyota, 100%. You don't even have to properly maintain a Toyota, and it's still gonna do that anyway. It's like, oh, you don't feel like doing the oil change? Ah. Like, Toyotas are great. Now, they're suffering from a lot of electronic and sensor issues, just like other modern vehicles. But as far as the engine transmission, on a lot of their mid-size to full-size vehicles, yeah, they're amazing. You got a Chevy Silverado from 2001. I also believe that. 450,000 miles. I also believe that 100%. Those 01 Chevys. That body style, I know I said that we weren't going to get back into vehicles, but I love this. Those 2000 Chevy Silverados, I love the body style on those. That's the most truck that has ever trucked. It trucks so hard. I love those trucks. My neighbor has one, and I pull out every morning, I'm like, yeah, that's a good looking truck. Like a rock! The new AT4s are cool. I almost bought an AT4X 3/4 ton. Almost bought it. Almost. But there's too much red. Those normal GMCs, there's just too much red. And I know I could black it out, but I didn't want to do that. I wanted it all blacked out from the beginning. The cat eye, yeah, the cat. But what was that? What was the first year of the cat eye? Was that 04? Or was it earlier? What time is it? God, stop getting me distracted. I have to go to the bathroom. We have to do the giveaway soon, guys. Hold on. Let me go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Okay, one more comment since people brought up the cat eye. If we're talking about the same generation of pickup. The moment that I decided that I didn't like chrome, the first time I saw, I think it was the cat eye body style when they did the Super Sport Chevy Silverado. And the Super Sports are all body color. Red. It was a bright red Super Sport Silverado. I think I saw it when I was a freshman or sophomore in high school, which would have been 2003, 2004, I think. And it was all body color. And I was like, oh my God, that's the best. Even today, when I see the Super Sport Silverados of that generation, even today, I'm like, that's a badass pickup. They had 345 horsepower, which back then was a big deal because trucks were coming 250, 270 horsepower. But a 345 horsepower Super Sport Silverado, I thought was the ultimate pickup. And that, to this day, that's why I think the way I do about trucks. Body color, body color, body color. Has to match. Fender flares, grill, front bumper, back bumper, body color. Looks good. The old Super Sports were amazing too. Like in the it was like the early 90s. Those are also cool. Those didn't have a crazy amount of horsepower, but they had a lot of torque. They had like 400 pound-feet of torque, which was nuts for a truck back then. They only had like 250, 260, 270 horsepower, something like that. Show the Herman. That's my newest Herman. Full-time Ascus and a zero etch mirror polish Damas steel. Let you guys take a look at that. That's why I like zero etch so much. No black, just depth from the etch. It's so nice. Super cool. Okay, it's time. We have 3 giveaways to do tonight. But first, what does a guy like Metal Complex do on Patreon? Thank you so much for asking. I will tell you, now that I have 1,100 of you captive here, right at the top of chat is a link to my Patreon. Right now is a good chance, a good time to join Patreon because there are active giveaways going on there. All premium knives. Joining the $1 tier grants you access to one of those giveaways. Joining the $3 tier grants you access to 2 of those giveaways. And joining the $5 tier or higher grants you access to all 3 of those giveaways. And they're pretty awesome. The $5 tier giveaway this month is a $400 Benchmade bug out. But also, you gain access to my private Discord. You also gain access to my private knife sales. That's the only place I ever sell knives. And I sell them at an absolutely insane discount. Current campaign going on where I sell 5, 6, 7 at a time. So the next one will be next week. Once a week Patreon exclusive content for everybody. Private Patreon buy, sell, trade, and chat. The $1 tier is a massive, massive access. But joining a higher tier will definitely grant you access to more giveaways. So if you want better odds, you want to be a part of that community over there, it's pretty cool. I love my Discord. The mods and the community over there is awesome. So if you want to be a part of that, check out my Patreon. Linked at the top of chat. Okay, what's the knife below your new Herman? That's the Max Ace Dragon Knight, which I believe currently is sold out everywhere. But it's a wild one. M398 and a lot of Cerakoted titanium. Apparently based on the Evangelion anime, which I don't know anything about. Okay, I'm going to move a lot of this stuff over. And actually I'm going to put away some of the big dogs out here. Just because I don't want to drop anything on them. iPad. Oh, I need a bigger desk. What else? The Brown. That guy. Brown, you're going there. What else is a little bit more pricey? Probably this guy. You. Spyderco. You. Pick up you. Give me a sec here. There was one more. Oh, the Oz. Not that I don't love every knife out here, but some of these I don't want to actually drop anything on. And I have dropped knives on live streams before. I've dropped giveaway prizes before. If you remember the 4,000 sub giveaway when I dropped I didn't drop it. I marked up the smock, put a nick on it. Okay, if you are not new, you know the drill. Okay, everything that's like not perfectly in frame, like all the knives on the table tonight, those are not giveaway knives. These are just knives on the table for conversation. The giveaway knives we'll get out here in a sec. You need to do this though. If you're just joining, if you've never been here before, you don't know what the heck's going on, you gotta do this. I'll give you time to do it. There's a link in the description. No, you don't have to buy anything. No, you don't have to join anything. You don't have to do anything. It's just an unlisted video. It's linked in the description. Right at the top says enter here. You click on it, and that way all the comments are in the same place. That's all it is. Leave your comment there, and then we're ready. We have 3 different winners tonight. First 2 winners are going to be for the pouches. I'm going to set up 16 pouches with random knives in them. Could be a budget knife, could be a premium knife. There's knives worth well over $200 in there. And then they'll get 2 winners, and each of those winners get to pick 2 random pouches. All the pouches are identical, so it's random. The third prize, because tonight's sponsor is Blade Binge, we have the Arcane Design Automaton, but it's the dark mode version in S90B, which I think is... What's the value on that? It's got to be over $300, but that was given by Blade Binge so that I could give it away. I don't want free knives. I just want your friendship. You have my friendship. You've got it. We're friends. Wicked Dream. 100% friendship. I'd high five you right now, but you're in Hawaii. I'll send a high five in the general direction of Hawaii. Hold on. Which way's west? Is it? Yeah. West. High five to the west. Really powerful. It'll make it all the way there, I promise. Do this. Do this. Do this. Population's going to start to kind of perk up here because people like to join right at the end. I know a lot of you wait until, the very end. You're like, I'm not going to listen to that guy yak on about trucks and bullshit for an hour. I'm telling you, though, if you're like, oh, that's a good strategy, I'm going to start giving stuff away in the middle of the stream. I honestly think that that's a good benefit for people who do like to come early. I'm going to start trying to do that. I'm trying to figure out the perfect way to implement it without increasing my workload. Taking time to ship stuff and confirm things takes extra time, but I am going to start doing giveaways in the middle of the stream. Wait a minute. Oh, I thought somebody said Gareth Bull was in here. I was like, what? Okay, the iPad is charged. I know you guys keep trying to remind me. It's charged. It's time. I hope you did this. You got to do it. Thank you, Stacy Bolster Blades, for making this. There's her actual logo, by the way. Like, if it's like, this is why I say it looks like Frieza. But zoomed up, you're like, oh yeah, it's an owl. Right? Super cool of her to make this. Oh, so I looked through these. Like I said, I swapped a couple out with premium knives. Because like the first draw, nobody got any premium knives. And it's always fun for me to see people draw the premium stuff. So I packed it. I stacked the odds in better favor of getting a premium knife just a little bit. Better than it was last week. So, first 2 winners, you get to pick 2. Start picking out what you want. Give me a sec here. Thank you to Blade Binge for sponsoring tonight's live stream. You get a 3rd giveaway because of Blade Binge. Check out the links in the description for Blade Binge, as well as a 10% off code for their shop. Worth it. Blade Binge is awesome. There's a bunch of Blade Binge members in here who will, I'm sure, tell you that they love it. The entry video was a bit awkward tonight because I forgot to record it. So it was really rushed, but fortunately everybody kind of knows what to do. Oh man, there's only 400 likes on the live stream. There's 1,250 people in here. You guys can't like the live? Come on now, come on. Like that live stream. We could easily get 1,000 likes on a live stream. All you gotta do is click like. All right. We can't push it. We gotta do these quick. So let's do the link. Here's the link right there. Let you look at it. Filter duplicate users is on. We're gonna get the comments. With almost 1,300 in here, there's probably 1,350 to 1,400 entries. That's pretty typical. You do have to be here to win. Exactly what I thought. Don't leave. If you win and you're not here, I move on to the next person. First winner. SRHPRES. Gimme, gimme, gimme. Thanks. You're welcome. He's a scientist. Or he's a billionaire who owns multiple yachts. I don't know. Congratulations. Potential billionaire. Scientist, wizard, or billionaire. It's one of those for sure. That's definitely his occupation. Make yourself known in chat if you're here. Everybody else, try to not chat too much here. Give him a sec. We give him 2 minutes. 2 full minutes. Sir, press. You can spam if you're here. You got to make yourself known. We got to make it to where everybody can see you so we know that you're real. It's amazing to me how often we actually find people who aren't here. I'm going to give him until 7:54. We don't know that. It's just a profile picture. We don't know. Come on. No way he's not here. Come on now. It's still pretty unlikely that a bot makes it into an unlisted videos comment section. It could just be somebody who like entered and then said screw it. So I know, slow down guys, slow down. Give him a sec. We're still looking for him. Makes it harder to find him. Everybody's chatting at once. Nope. Everybody gets 2 minutes. Give him 2 minutes. We've had people show up at the last second before many times. Give him 2 minutes. He pulled a poopy. Maybe. He's only got a few more seconds here. Oh, no. It's just another guy. Tom Miller says laying pipe. Another guy in a white suit. Talking shit. I don't know what Poopy's lore is. I don't know what the true lore on Poopy is. But I see him every now and then. He's like Marcus on TikTok. He's enigmatic. You guys like Marcus on TikTok? That's one of my favorite. Jimbo James. God, that's so funny. I don't understand. It's just so funny to me. The chat's full of trolls. Of course it is. Most of my audience are trolls. That's fine. All right, we're moving on to the next person. Sorry, bud. I'm sure you're fine. If you own multiple yachts, I'm sure you're fine. Actual winner, Ian Michael, 75. Please, Daddy! Picture of a lovely dog. Just a lovely dog. That's the winner right here. Make yourself known. Hold on. Let him make himself known. Ian Michael, come on, you gotta be here. Come on now. Don't be pooping. Not a time to take a poop break. Bro, come on now. It happens. Sometimes we get 2 in a row. It happens. His loss is somebody else's win. So give him a sec. Oh my God. 7:57 and we move on. Hold on. Slow down, guys. Slow down. I'm not going to keep doing nights like, oh, it's okay, you missed it, I'll give you something anyway. I'm not going to keep doing that. You guys gotta be here. Like if someone emails me and they're like, my kid like got out of the house and like ran out into the street, I'd be like, okay. But I want people to be here. Give it a sec. You remember that one lady who came at the last second? She was definitely here. Everybody bailed on her, and I said, let's wait the full 2 minutes, and she showed up. That's why we wait the full 2 minutes. It's only 2 minutes. 1,400 people are, well, close to 1,400. That's pretty typical population for, it's actually really high for April. So I'm, there's a lot of people watching. I'm really appreciative of that, guys. Thank you. I know you guys are here because, there he is. That's why we wait. That's why we wait. That's why we wait. I never gave up. You guys gave up. He's here. He's also a member. Ginger Fisher 75. That is the logo. He's here. I told you. We just wait. Just wait. Sometimes there's lag too. Okay, everybody quiet down. Ian Michael 75. I need you to give me 2 numbers. There's 8 on top, 8 on bottom. Give me 2 numbers. Yeah, sometimes chat lags. Like sometimes they send a message, it doesn't come in. So, hold on, guys. Everybody slow down. I need to see his picks. And he's obviously, his chat's lagging a bit, so give him a sec. Slow down, slow down. 7 top, 8 bottom. Gotcha. 7 top, 8 on bottom. I'm going to open the first one here because I can tell because of how light it is. This is actually fixed blade. Oh, no, it's not. It's a folding knife. Hold on. It was too big to fit in the pouch. Hold on. Give me a sec. It's a really cool knife. There it is. So this is kind of a premium knife and kind of not. It's a really, really expensive knife in 14C28N. Titanium Alpha Smilodon from PMP. Big, enormous titanium frame lock. Titanium and 14C28N. I don't know why they charge $250 for it, but whatever. You got it for free, so that's yours. The other one. Oh, it's the all black QSP that looks like the Penguin. AR RPM 9. Those are both yours. Congratulations. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact 2 knives that you won. All of that information is very important. Make sure that you include all of it in your email. I will email you back no later than Friday of next week. Congratulations. You'll like that Smilodon. It's ridiculously huge. Okay. Next winner. We got to go fast because we're already at the time limit here. And my wife will be home with the kiddos any second. Excuse me. This gentleman's name is Green Pocket Knife. Good luck, all things MC. Green Pocket Knife. Should be easy. It's a profile picture of a green pocket knife. He's got until 8:02. Hold on. Guys, we just saw someone coming. Yeah, he's right there. Shut up. He's right there. You guys just watched somebody pop in at the last second. He's right there. Stop saying he's gone. I'm not going to succumb to peer pressure. Okay, stop. Everybody slow down. Let Green say what he wants. 7 up top, 7 on bottom. Give me 2 numbers. I'll refresh it for the last one. Everybody slow down. Let him pick 2. 1 top, 5 bottom. 1 on top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on bottom. Kind of weighty. On top. Oh, we have actually a really good Kaiser. What is this called? The Bulldog in wood and Nitro V. Actually really cool. It's kind of like a mini Stitch or Rotten Evo. The ergos on this are ridiculously good. That's a nice knife. Next one. The Fugly. CJRB Fugly. Those are actually, it is kind of fugly, but it's also a pretty good little budget knife. And a front flipper. So this one's in the Battleship Gray or Blue and a kind of bronze thumb stud. So congratulations. 2 budget knives with 2 nice budget knives. Where did my email thing go? Oh my God. Oh, there it is. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact 2 knives that you won. I'll email you back no later than Friday of next week. Don't leave, because we have a bonus 3rd giveaway, courtesy of Blade Binge, tonight's sponsor. Links for Blade Binge in the description, as well as a discount code for their shop. Make sure you guys check that out. I'll keep these safe for you. So we're going to move these, and we have easily the most valuable knife of the evening. I'll refresh the page. So we have the Arcane Design and Blade Binge exclusive. It'll come with the box and everything, the COA. Automaton in S90V and titanium. Definitely the big prize of the evening. And they're going to keep doing this for every live stream. They're going to do dark mode stuff, or at least really, really fun, cool stuff. So we'll refresh. Give me a sec here. We'll get all the new entries. Here, I'll hit refresh so you guys know. Hopefully that link is still... There it is right there. Filters on. Get the comments. You do not want to miss this one. That's going to be a bummer if you miss that one. $1,445 comments. We are up to date. The winner of the Automaton is Skylar Quarter 7609. Love the new review style, MC. Good luck, everyone. I'm glad you like it. I'm actually going to not do it after a couple of weeks, but looks like a nice embrace there. A tall man and a nice hug. Skylar. Yeah, he says, no way, I'm here. He's right there. Congrats. Congrats. This is yours. This is yours. I keep putting this in an awkward spot. Please email me at metalcomplex87@gmail.com with your first and last name, your shipping information, and the exact knife that you won, which is, again, the Arcane Design Automaton in dark mode from Blade Binge. Thank you so much again to Blade Binge for gifting that. That's awesome. Honestly, that was the easiest. That was the only sponsorship I've ever accepted because of what they were willing to do. I thought that was amazing. And it creates zero bias for the channel. So, very cool. Thank you so much. But congratulations. You are the very first winner of the Blade Binge sponsored giveaway. So, congrats. Okay. We did it, guys. Okay. It's time for me to go. I hate to abruptly end the stream. Let me very quickly give away some memberships here. Real quick. Just before I go, just a little thank you from me to you. 10 memberships. Congrats to the 10 random people in chat who received those. I'll make sure those go through, and then I'm going to sign off for the evening. You guys are awesome. Wow. I'm looking at the donation total. Like, I don't know what it was tonight, but thank you. Sincerely. Really nice of you guys to be so generous. Happy to give back as much as I can. That's going to be it. I hope you all have an excellent rest of your Friday evening and an excellent rest of your weekend. Bye.